Daim Ali.
%, a fraction of what comes our way. The evening that unfold the cards we are dealt each day. 90% the power we hold within to shape our responses where new beginnings begin. Honorable Mr. President, worthy judges and respected audience, Assalamu alaikum. Today, I stand before you to discuss a thought-provoking concept that has resonated with many individuals throughout the history. It is the idea that life is determined not just by the event that occurs, but rather how we choose to respond to them. As the saying goes, life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you respond to it. Mr. President, this mindset is particularly relevant in today's fast-paced and ever-changing business environment. The ability to adopt to new challenges is essential for success. Mr. President, in our journey of life, we encounter countless experiences. Some are joyful and uplifting, while others are challenging and difficult. It is easy to believe that our happiness and success are only determined by external factors such as our circumstances or the actions of others. But Mr. President, this perception fails to acknowledge the power we hold within ourselves, specifically the power to choose our response. Mr. President, smooth seas do not make skillful sailors. Yes, Mr. President, smooth seas do not make skillful sailors. Sometimes the best things come from the worst situation. We are resilient and strong people and can sit with discomfort. Know that it's okay to have it all figured out and focus on what's right. Mr. President, life challenges are inevitable. We will face obstructions, disappointments, and unexpected twists and turns. However, it is our response to these challenges that truly defines us. Our response is not a reaction. It is a conscious choice we make. Mr. President, when we believe that we can control our reaction, we empower ourselves to overcome life ups and downs with grace and strength. We became the architects of our own destiny, not the victims of circumstances. Consider the story of Thomas Edison. He was the inventor of light bulb. He faced many failures before finally achieving success. When someone asked about his failure, he famously said that, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." Edison's response to adversity was one of perseverance and resilience. He chose to view each difficulty as a stepping stone towards his ultimate goal. Nelson Mandela, a renowned leader advocate for peace and equality, said that, "As I walked out the door towards the gate, it would lead to my freedom. But if I didn't leave my bitterness or hatred behind, I'd still be in prison." This quote highlights that holding on to negative emotion would only prevent positive changes from taking place. Mr. President, in our journey of life, we adopt a similar mindset. We can choose our response by optimism, willingness, determination, and resilience. My dear friends, choose to be optimistic. It feels better. Optimism is a mental attitude where you do not only think about the present, but at the same time you tend to remain bothered about the future as well. But they would prefer focusing on the better side. Mr. President, it is important to acknowledge that choosing a response is not always easy. It requires self-awareness, emotional intelligence, optimism, and willingness to step outside our comfort zone. However, the rewards are immeasurable. By doing so, we create a life filled with happiness and success. My dear friend, there's a crack in everything. That's how the lights get in. It is a famous quote by Tom Value. He said that if you look for the negative, it will be there. Yes, Mr. President, if you look for the negative, it will be there. But if you look for the positive, it will overwhelm you. To sum up my word, life is indeed 10% what happens to you and 90% how you respond to it. Let us embrace this empowering concept and make a conscious effort to choose our response wisely. By doing so, we create a life that is truly extraordinary. So let us remember as we journey on that life true excellence lies in how we respond. With courage and wisdom, let's our spirit ignite. For in our response, we find our true light. Thank you.
Waqar Ali.
You may write me down in history with your bitter, twisted lies. You may trod me in the very dirt, but still, like the dust, I will rise. Prestigious chief guests, worthy judges, and respected audience, Assalamu alaikum. I am very glad to share my humble thoughts in this august house on a very thought-provoking topic. That is, the greatest glory lies not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. Yes, Mr. President, these golden words resonate with the essence of human experience, culture, and circumstances. They remind us that life inevitably brings its share of trials and tribulations, and adversity is an integral part of our human journey. Respected sir, the greatest glory in living lies not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. Mr. President, it is commonly said that life is not a bed of roses. Yes, Mr. President, life is not a bed of roses. Those who think or take life comfortable and full of luxuries without any difficulty really live in fool's paradise. In fact, life is full of complexities and struggle. We have to struggle to achieve higher aims, and higher aims require greater struggle. In this struggle and effort, we may get failure. Yes, Mr. President, we may fail. It's all about how we react when we fail. But Mr. President, failure is not an end. It is a symptom of a new beginning. The important thing is to keep going despite setbacks. Respected sir, in our life, sorrows and happiness comes in succession like day and night. We must accept this fact in our life, but let us not forget that every dark cloud has its silver lining. Mr. President, let us not forget the countless individuals who have overcome their personal adversities, setbacks, and failures to achieve greatness. Let's take the golden example of our beloved Holy Prophet Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The kind, the just, the honest, the patient, and the transformer continued to spread his vision despite of many difficulties of his opponents. His opponents created many difficulties for him to spread Islam, but it was our beloved Holy Prophet Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam who tackled all the difficulties with great patience, tolerance, and with strong determination. Respected sir, our great leader, Qaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah, didn't assume that he won't be able to get freedom for us. He trusted himself and went on with the motive of partition. Just imagine, yes, Mr. President, just imagine if he had not taken that initiative. Would you? Would I be standing here right now independently, freely delivering my speech? No, Mr. President, no. That would not be the case here. Respected sir, now the world famous personalities like Abraham Lincoln, Martin Luther King, Albert Einstein, Isaac Newton, and Nelson Mandela, they are still recognized for their glorious success. Why, respected sir? Why? Because they did not set back at the dead end. They never quit their mission to achieve greatest glory, no matter how many times they had to fall. As it is said by Helen Keller, respected sir, now I would like to address my fellow friends and try my best to make them understand the real meaning of never falling. Dear friends, okay, you failed. You fell flat on your face, and now you are in a deep, dark place. I get it. I have been there. But here is the thing. Failure is not an end. Yes, my dear friends, failure is not an end. Here is the point. When you fall, you must rise again. Yet just because you failed, it doesn't mean you need to let that moment burn you for a lifetime. Use it to fuel you, not to hinder you. So, my dear friends, seize the moment and lift its full potential. If you do that, Trust me, if you do that, you will rise after every fall and you will say, I am the master of my fate and I am the captain of my soul. Thank you.